Have you ever sat across from a man who shares your DNA only to realize he is a total stranger? My father didn't just disown me, he tried to delete me. On my 21st birthday, while most kids were out celebrating, I was handed a legal contract. My father, the CEO of a multi-million-dollar logistics firm, told me I had two choices: marry the daughter of his biggest investor to secure a merger, or leave the house with nothing but the clothes on my back. I chose the street, and as I walked out, he yelled, "Don't come crawling back when you're starving, Leo. To me, you're already dead." Well, it's been 5 years, and today I'm the one deciding whether his legacy lives or dies. Stick around, because the moment I placed a single crumpled dollar bill on a 5-star steakhouse table is a moment of pure karma you have to hear to believe. To understand how we got here, you have to understand Marcus. My dad measured love in profit margins. Growing up, life was a gilded cage. If I got an A, I got a new watch. If I got a B, I wasn't allowed to eat dinner with the family. He spent my whole life grooming me to be his mini-me, but he forgot one thing: I actually had a heart. When I refused that arranged marriage, he didn't just kick me out. He called every contact he had in the city and told them not to hire me. He wanted to break me. He wanted me to come crawling back, begging for his mercy so he could own me forever. For months, I slept in a beat-up 2005 sedan, showering at the gym and eating cold cans of beans. I watched his interviews on TV where he'd talk about pruning the weak branches of his life to keep the tree strong. I was that weak branch. But here's what Marcus didn't realize. While he was busy playing king, his empire was rotting from the inside. He was cutting corners, treating his staff like dirt, and bleeding money into vanity projects. I, on the other hand, was building. I started a small tech recovery firm. I used the industry secrets he taught me, but I used them to help people instead of exploit them. Fast forward 5 years, my company, Apex Solutions, is thriving. I'm finally stable, finally happy. Then, out of the blue, my phone rings. A number I hadn't seen in half a decade. I pick up, and I hear that familiar, cold voice. He didn't ask how I was. He didn't ask if I was still starving. He just said, "Leo, I've decided to give you a second chance. Meet me at the Forge tonight, 7 p.m. Don't be late." I showed up. The restaurant was the kind of place where a salad cost more than my first car. Marcus was sitting there, looking old. The sharp suit couldn't hide the fact that he was crumbling. He didn't apologize. He didn't even say he missed me. He just pushed a document across the table. "The firm is in trouble, Leo," he said, his voice trembling slightly. "A group of hostile investors is trying to buy us out, but there's a clause in your grandfather's trust. They can't force a sale if the heir, that's you, takes over the debt. Sign this, and the company is yours. You'll be a Miller again." I looked at the papers. He wasn't giving me a gift. He was giving me his failures. He had $40 million in debt, and he wanted me to sign my name to it to save his reputation. He thought he was doing me a favor by letting me save him. I looked him dead in the eyes. I remember the nights I spent shivering in my car. I remembered the way he laughed when he told me I was dead to him. I took out my pen, but I didn't sign. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a single, crumpled $1 bill, the very first dollar I earned after he kicked me out. I smoothed it out on top of his $40 million debt contract. "You told me I'd be begging on the streets, Marcus, but look at you. You're the one begging for a ghost to save you. My name isn't Miller anymore. I changed it years ago. I'm not your heir. I'm your competition." The look on his face, pure unadulterated shock. He started sputtering, calling me ungrateful, screaming that I was destroying the family legacy. I just smiled, stood up, and walked out. I didn't look back, not once. 2 weeks later, his firm went into bankruptcy. I didn't buy it, I let it fall. I bought his childhood home though, at an auction, not to live in it, but to turn it into a shelter for kids who've been cast out by toxic parents, just like I was. I haven't spoken to him since. He sends letters, he leaves voicemails, he tries to explain. But some ties aren't just meant to be cut, they're meant to be burned, so you can use the light to find your way home. The moral of the story? Never let someone who threw you away decide your value. If you've ever had to cut off a toxic person to save your own life, you're not alone. You're a survivor. If you think I made the right call by leaving him with that $1 bill, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life stories of karma. And I want to hear from you. What would you have done? Would you have saved the empire or let it burn? Let's talk in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.